Hi guys, how are you? It's Sunday. How's everyone doing? Oh, it's a beautiful day. It's a wonderful day. And it's November. The year is gradually winding down. Have you been good? Have you been kind to yourself? Let's get quick into this. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your suggestion. I got those messages and it warms my heart. What that tells me is that we're reaching out to you, we're reaching people. You want certain things, and trust me, we're going to meet up with your demands. I did a post a couple of days ago and I got tons of reactions. Even my husband called me to shed more light on it. And it's about a movie review that I did. It's about the supposed producer that started off as a Christian film producer. He was doing Christian film producer. His name is Tyler Perry. We all know him. And as he began to win our heart, as he began to gain more fame, gain more popularity, get richer, things began to change. We're not blaming him. No, I'm not in anybody's business other than my own business. But this is just a wake up call to parents, to guardians, to be in the know so that the thing that is being introduced into some of these movies, you will be like a red signal for us to know what our children are watching. Trust me, even if they don't watch it at home with you, sitting together as a family to watch, they can actually watch it on their computers and everything. And here is another angle to it, like we reviewed yesterday. What did we say about it? Is let me just limit it to his last two. The recent one is the Beauty in the Black and the Mia Cooper. Let's say Mia Cooper is still a little bit decent. There were sex scenes in the movie. They were quite. That was a lot. I watched it with my husband. We could understand. And you know why? This is not strange. I live in developed countries. It's not strange. But I'm saying this to us because back in the days, whenever I was still young and single then, when my church decided to do a couples retreat, family retreat, its movies happens to be one of those movies that we get to watch. Its movies were one of those that we can sit back with families. We changed the entire church arena. Popcorn will be served. We had our Pepsi, and children were able to watch. And the beautiful thing is that those movies were life changing, because I've had people's testimonies after that movie date. They were able to go back home, reaffirm their love to one another as husband, as wife. Children lives were changed. We used to sit back and watch I Can Do Bad all by myself, the Madia family reunion. Preacher is not the producer of Preacher's daughter. Those are part of the movies that we're watching them. But Mia Cooper, no, you can't do that no more. Obviously, he started off as a movie producer, basically doing Christian movies. But right now, it's no longer the same. Mia Cooper had a couple of sex scenes, which was between man and a woman. That I can understand. But its recent movie, excuse me guys, its recent movie depicts same-sex sex. Man and man having sex. Man and man in the act. That bothers me in a way. Whatever people choose to do behind closed doors, that is their business. Whatever people choose to do, but the moment we now begin to do this openly, everything is finding their way. Like I said, this is a wake-up call to parents. I'm not prejudging anyone. This is my perspective. If we used to sit back in the days to say, okay, this movie, this producer suits what families can sit around to watch and learn. We don't just watch movies. We learn, we pick up few lessons in it, because someone must have sit down and script the whole story. But lately, its production is tilting towards a particular direction. I know this set of people existed. All right, they are human and we will always show them love. But now we're bringing it into books. I've read books for my kids that I've had to change the trajectory of the books. Why? Because I see the depiction of this same sex even between animals. I was reading a book to my 5-year-old and someone already put all of this into books. It's already in some cartoons. Someone raised an alert the other day. He was talking about this particular cartoon. Don't let your children watch it. My concern now is that these kids, these little ones, who are throwing everything at their faces. I saw its recent movie, The Beauty and the Black. Good movie, great cinematography, everything was good until I saw two men engaging in sex, and you know how they do it. Imagine me, I have children that are inquisitive. Imagine me sitting back to watch with my kids. What we need to do, maybe you better just don't go and assume it's a movie that is tailored towards families. Go ahead and watch before you decided to watch them. But like I said, it's recent movies. It's no longer for kids. It's no longer for, it's not even for teenagers. It's no longer what you and I know it to be. And the battle is real against the mind of these children because of all kinds of things that is being introduced to children. I saw a report that I discussed with my husband the other day. It was about the policy 443 in school. And guess what this thing permits? Someone that is not your family member, a total stranger, can make a decision on your behalf to have your child's sex changed. Let me take that again. A Ghanaian pastor, who is also an American citizen, pick up on them. And what was his explanation? Because I know this is not right. This is how it goes. If my child is in any kind of emergency, the school would call and say, we need your attention as we cannot administer this social medication, social treatment on your child. All right? That is involving me in the decision making of my child. All right? But in this case, this policy 43321 of whatever it is called, that is being introduced to school, because it's a policy, it is being discussed, so which means it can find its way into law. All right, that means my child can, it says can be changed. Maybe they're like, okay, in the book, if they agree with it, with the child, they can say that, oh, you don't want to be a boy no more. They can take that decision on your behalf as a parent, and we all sit down to watch. Like I keep saying, I don't have anything against what you do, but don't impose your beliefs on me. No, no, no. I'm not going to take that. You can do whatever it is fine. But leave these children, leave this innocent one, this priceless one, this invaluable children, leave them out of this chaos that you are creating. When I had my second child, of course, it was written at the hospital, oh, you don't have to put the sex on their birth certificate. No, doctors, no, no, no. This woman says no to such. I told them, I understand. But do I have the right to make my decision? Yes. Any form they bring and has to do with me and my child, I will write out his name, indicate not only am I ticking the M box, which represents female, right in front of it, I also write it out. He, male, his. That is how crazy they have made all of us to become. Because we are now being on the offensive side just to protect your own. How do I go to school and tell me I don't need to put the sex of the child there, so that when the child wakes up tomorrow, he says, no, no, you have to allow us to be the parent. This is a red signal to all parents. Be in the know, be intentional, and be prayerful too. Don't let them take your child from you. It's like it's a struggle, it's a battle between what you try to teach your child, the value you try to instill in them, and what these people want to do. How do my son go to school and you have him transgendered from being a he to another kind of gender? And it is a policy that is being used in school already. But if there's an accident, if there's an emergency, you cannot administer any form of medication on this child without me being involved. But for the policy 4331, you want to do that behind parent? No. We should have a clear review if truly that policies exist. We should have a clear review of such policies, because I would want to be involved too. We are facing these hard times as parents. Please, talk to your children. Be very calm. Be very intentional. Be very determined. There are things my kids will ask for. Not only am I going to say no, I'm going to keep reaffirming my no. Because once they get to school, they will make it. How did my son learn about 911 at the age of 3? It was from school. that he was taught. Not in a bad way though, but I'm just saying. He was having a conversation with one of our students and they say, you know what, if you do so thing, I'm just going to call 911. The young man was just playing with him. But so I had to pull him aside and say, you know what? That staff has been nice to you, right? Has it been kind to you? The next time I hear you say a thing like that to him, I'm going to have to smack you myself. The struggle to raise a balanced kids in America is real. It's a tough time. The people making policies, they are very strategic at what they do and how they do it. And that's why they are cunningly putting all these things in all the in all the children's textbook, all their literature books. As the trace, there are schools you go to, they have the banner, they have the color for these people all over the place. And if you ask me, it's an attempt to destroy homes, to destroy families. Do what you choose to do, my darling. We're not prejudging you. We're not against whatever you choose to do. But trust me, leave these children out of it. We will build our homes. We will raise strong children that are indestructible, children that are strong, children that are powerful, children that are excellent, always, as a strong black woman that I am. Do you want to come against my kids with all of this? You might have to deal with me first. Please, parents, check out each books, each informations they bring from school. Here is another thing. Couple of, I think it was about last year, before we changed my son's school, it was, they sent us a message that a particular day is going to be a career week, career day for them. They want different professionals to come and talk to them. When I filled the form, I told my husband, I said, you are the chef. Let them come. My own kind of business might be a bit too broad for them, but you are the chef, you can talk. And my son said, then I filled his name in. We put his name and everything. We're waiting for them to contact us. So because it wasn't contacted, so I just assumed, they don't need him to come. And on the career day, I messaged this year to say, do you still want us to come? He said, yeah. Your husband is speaking. I said, why don't we have this information ahead? Because I don't just want to have him come around and it will be that, oh, excuse me, sir, we don't need you to talk to the kids. I said, if he has to come, I need him to be officially involved. If someone has to call him, if someone has to notify him or something from the school. And she didn't get back to me. So I just realized that we were not invited to speak. So I waited for my son to come back from school. I said, oh, who spoke with you about career? When you call something a career day, it should be a variety of careers coming to display their skills, and you have these children educate. You can bring a doctor, show them the dressings, teach them just the basic things. These are little ones. You can bring in a nurse, you can bring in an engineer, you can bring in a pilot, you can bring in an astronaut, you can bring in a business person, you can bring in an architect. But on this particular day, the only person that was allowed, that spoke to my children about career was a firefighter. What are you guys trying to do? No, I'm just asking. What's your intention? What's the brain behind all of this? It was a firefighter. They brought the firefighting truck. Of course, I appreciate that skills. And guess what? My son won't stop talking about, oh, mommy, we'll do this. Oh, mommy, firefighting is good. Firefighting is that. And that thing became woven into his brain. It becomes like a thread that is kind of interwoven into the core of his skin. When it was around his bread, and the brother said, what gives you? Oh, mommy, I want a firefighting truck. God myself said, no, you are not going to become a firefighter. And that is what he said to me. That's what they taught us during career. I said, yes, I know. You know why they do that? They want every black kids to be the same. And they are literally raising them to show them the way to the prison. You can't cut me anywhere. They don't teach them anything ahead of themselves. They want everybody to behave in certain ways. If America has millions of professions that people can do, why do we have to choose only one to have these kids educated in? Because they're literally raising them to be average. If I have one regret today, I told my husband, it will be coming here with my children at that tender age. The education system here is a complete whack. Zero. I'm from a developing country. I am Nigerian, boldly, full-blooded Nigerian. The education that I have back home, what my son had, he started school at the age of 2. And by 3, he was writing. He was reading with an assistant. But come to think of it, when we got here, They say, oh, no, 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 no. They can't start to read until they are 5. They can't start to read until they are this. They can't start to read until they are that. And literally everything is like the young boy was here. They pulled the whole thing down. When he goes to school, the passion is not even there. He just goes to school like, mommy. So when he comes back, I'm like, what did you learn? Mommy will just counter the blocks, we just eat our food, and we listen to Miss Wells tells us a story. That's all. It hurts me. I was talking to my husband's friend. It hurts me. I feel like I've done something to my son that I shouldn't have. And that regret is bringing him here. His education? No. And I'm already making plans. Don't worry. That's going on in the background. Once again, parents, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a career woman. No matter how busy you are, please get involved. Be ahead of these systems because it's a system that is in place. And one quick thing that I see that parents do this, they will just don't do it, don't do this. Come back after some, the parents just give up, and it looks like the children are winning because you cannot fight the system. This is why I said they are turning us into crazy women because some of us are going the extra mile to say to that child, no, whatever. I just told one woman when they said, I double dare whatever the system is. I'm not letting my child go near this one. It's hard. It's tough. There are times I'd say no to my son for one thing. It hurts me. But it's not a fight against him. It's a fight against the system. Because it's going to be their belief against mine. Their policies against mine. Everything they do in opposite of what I constantly remind my children. And that is where the work starts for parents. Please get involved. I know it's hard. I know it's not easy. But please be intentional. Go through those books. Go through those movies. Watch it with them. In the end, you are the one that will reap all the benefit that comes with these sacrifices. And these kids never forget. I'm sorry if I screamed in between. I'm sorry. I'm just so pained at some of the things. Thank you so much. Once again, parents, be on the alert. Be intentional. Be in the know. Sit down with kids. Ask them questions. Ask them who their friends are. Get to know them. Let them tell you things. I told my son, you are a boy. The adjective for a boy is a him, male, because you are a man. And that is what you always be. That is what I have in your birth certificate. Even though they don't want me to put it there, I said, no, I'm going to have to put it there. This is my child. This is what they don't want us to do. They don't even want these children to be excellent. They just want to they raise them to get, but they just want them to be like average. That's why when he get back from school, I sit back with him, do his homework. When my husband is taking him to school in the morning, he talks like they have this man-to-man conversation so that he's already opening up to us. He's already telling, oh, mommy, this is what they said. My husband say, okay, it's okay. That's what they said. But in this family, you saw him with his pants down the other day. And I said, I saw my friend wearing that. And my husband said, son, I know. It's okay. Let them wear it like that. But you see, in this family, our pants is on our waist with our belt on it. We let him know that discipline can be applied. There are consequences on every action. And God has been so good to us. He's listening. And when he hears anything on the contrary, he's quick to come home. Please, parents, don't give up. That love, you can't run out of it. We're going to use a lot of love. Sometimes a love with discipline. The Bible says, spare the rod will destroy the child. We're going to use a lot of love. A lot of love. It's a rod of correction. It's not an abuse. It's not an assault. It's your child. He is your child. We love them. Will we love them enough to correct them? Will we love them enough to nurture them? Will we love them enough to set them straight? And they will be useful to us. They will be great leaders, world changers, game changers. The one that will pull down every satanic stronghold because they are mighty tools in God's hands. Thank you for listening. This storyteller cares so much. And whatever you are going through, I'm encouraging you. Hang in there. Hang in there. I've been battling cold, flu, fever for days. But trust me, I made a commitment when I opened up this channel. I said, I'm going to show up. And I will show up. All right? We are all going through it. We're all facing life. But trust me, wake up, dress up, And come on, sure. I'll see you again, guys. God bless you. Have a fantastic week ahead. Bye.